Ryan Reynolds is now trying to dismiss the case against Justin.
He wants to be completely dismissed from the lawsuit. He wants out on the lawsuit.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are in full meltdown mode, rushing to file for a dismissal of Justin Baldoni's lawsuit. And let's be real, it's not exactly a power move. The Hollywood golden couple seems terrified they're going to lose, while Baldoni, on the other hand, hasn't even flinched. No dismissal motions, no desperate legal maneuvers. Just pure confidence that he's got this in the bag. So, if Blake and Ryan were so sure they'd come out on top, why are they scrambling to shut this down before it even gets to court? What are they so afraid of? Let's dive into the mess.
Ryan Reynolds and his team of legal assassins have decided to file their own motion to dismiss.
So here's the tea. Ryan's legal response to Baldoni's case is so emotionally charged, you'd think he was auditioning for a soap opera rather than trying to dodge a lawsuit. Rumor has it he might not have even penned that motion himself, because when you're diving headfirst into legal theatrics, it shows. It's like watching your favorite rom-com star turn into a hot mess in real time.
It's so emotionally charged. I can't help but believe he wasn't instrumental in writing this motion.
The legal team dropped what can only be described as a clickbait-filled, over-the-top complaint that's meant to flood the court docket with hundreds of paragraphs. Imagine dumping all that drama into a courtroom, just like a tabloid article on steroids. And oh, the irony. The same tactic that rocked the New York Times with endless texts and overblown details. Apparently, timing is everything. Even if it's perfectly choreographed chaos.
The first amended complaint that Sarowitz and his co-plaintiff filed seeks to fulfill the promise by polluting this court's docket with hundreds of paragraphs of clickbait designed for an audience other than this court, with virtually no bearing on cognizable legal claims.
And if you thought the drama ended there, think again. Among the so-called receipts are large, colorful photos comparing Ryan's movie hair to Justin's once glorious locks. Yes, folks, this isn't just about legal mumbo-jumbo. It's a full-blown hair-off. If you're wondering whether we're in a courtroom or a beauty pageant, well, why not both? It's a spicy mix of serious claims and ridiculous pop culture moments that only Hollywood can serve up.
Then it talks about the receipts, such as large colored photographs comparing Mr. Reynolds' long hairstyle in a movie with Mr. Baldoni's long hairstyle at some point in his life. But the FAC is a pleading, not a gossip rag, and these so-called receipts fail to establish a requisite elements of a single one of the many causes of action against Mr. Reynolds.
But here's the kicker. Ryan allegedly called Justin a predator, not once, but twice. And while he passionately stands by his wife's side, he dodges the full, fiery label of sexual predator. Come on, Ryan. If you're gonna go there, might as well drop the mic and own it. It's like he's stuck in a loop of I believe my wife, so sue me.
Mr. Reynolds genuinely, perhaps passionately, believes that Mr. Baldoni's behavior is reflective of a predator.
And let's not forget the technical side of things. Ryan's motion is packed with legal technicalities about expired contracts and the statute of limitations, essentially banking on loopholes like some Hollywood miracle. But from a PR standpoint, it's a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, who wants to see a guy go all technical while his public image crumbles faster than a cookie in milk?
He wrote this. No lawyer wrote that.
What's even more hilarious is the sheer audacity of it all. Ryan's over-the-top, emotionally charged response only fuels the fire. Every time he doubles down on his "I stand by my wife" rally cry, it just confirms what critics have been saying. This isn't just a legal battle, it's a full-scale identity crisis on live TV. And honey, the drama is too delicious to miss.
He's allowed to stand by his wife. But to do it, I don't know, he's just such a simp.
And now, things get messier. On Thursday, March 20th, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, came out swinging at Blake Lively.
Can you say with certainty that your client did not harass her?
I can say that with certainty that my client is one of the most honorable people I've ever met, is true and genuine, that without question, he did not, now whether she felt harassed or not is one thing, but does it rise to the legal definition of harassment?
Friedman absolutely dragged Blake in his statement, calling her move to dismiss herself one of the most abhorrent examples of abusing our legal system. You know it's bad when a lawyer starts throwing around words like abhorrent. He went on to slam her for twisting the law, saying, "Laws are not meant to be curated by privileged elites to fit their own personal agenda." Translation: Blake, this isn't Gossip Girl. You can't just write yourself out of this one.
These statements here are not enough to meet defamation.
And Friedman wasn't done there. He came for both Blake and Ryan, calling them out for using cowardly measures to dodge accountability. Can you believe it? According to him, Blake's fantastical claims are about to be blown to pieces once they get to the discovery phase, because apparently, Baldoni's side is sitting on some hard evidence.
If you were to look at all the allegations in the First Amendment complaint, it's not enough to state a claim for defamation.
But, of course, Blake's team didn't stay quiet for long. They clapped back, claiming Friedman has no legal arguments remotely capable of dismissing our complaint. Basically, they're saying, "Nice try, but we're still standing strong." It's like watching a courtroom tennis match, except instead of rackets, they're slinging shade.
They don't have to provide evidence, but somehow Justin does. I don't get it. Isn't
Yeah.
it their case? Aren't they the ones who have to provide the actual evidence?
Friedman is basically ready to paint Blake as some sort of legal villain, while her team is like, "You can try, but we've got receipts."
If you call somebody a sexual predator, that can ruin their reputation. It can damage them. It can harm them. It can keep them from future movie roles or just working as a regular person.
And here's where things get even spicier. Justin Baldoni is itching to clear his name, and according to his lawyer, Brian Friedman, he's ready to do it face-to-face in court. During a podcast episode on The Town, Friedman spilled the tea, saying, "Justin has been destroyed by this. The only way to truly get back is to prove your innocence." Basically, Baldoni's like, "Forget a settlement. I want my moment in court." And honestly, can you blame him? In a world where accusations fly left and right, Baldoni isn't about to let this one slide without a serious fight.
Justin has been destroyed by this. The company, the individuals of the company. This is a really serious thing.
Here's where things really start to get spicy. Blake. Lively is not just fighting a legal battle. She's apparently losing friends left and right. While Justin Baldoni is all fired up to clear his name from Blake's sexual harassment charges, it looks like Hollywood's starting to turn its back on the A Simple Favor star. And let me tell you, this tea is piping hot.
The only way that you can truly get back and is to prove your innocence. It's not be found guilty. It's to prove your innocence. And that's what we're actively working to. So that may only be able to be done in a courtroom.
First up, Blake's It Ends With Us co-star Jenny Slate, who in the past was all about publicly supporting Blake, suddenly went radio silent when asked about the case in a recent interview. Yep, not a peep from Jenny, who's probably thinking, "I'm just here to promote my movie, please don't drag me into this mess." It's like watching someone slowly back away from a car wreck. Awkward, but you totally get it. And let's talk about Brandon Sklenar, another one of Blake's co-stars, who showed up at an Oscars party rocking the same pin Justin Baldoni wore to an It Ends With Us premiere. Coincidence? I think not. It's giving major I'm Team Justin energy, and honestly, we love to see a subtle shade moment.
But if that's the case, and this was not given to him at the movie and was made for him for this look, that means he wanted the exact same pin Justin Baldoni wore in the premiere of It Ends With Us, meaning he is probably on Justin's side.
But here's where it gets really juicy. Taylor Swift, one of Blake's closest friends, is reportedly not happy being dragged into this legal circus. According to some conflicting reports, Taylor's been baffled and maybe even resentful about Blake calling her a dragon.
First and foremost, no matter how you feel about Taylor Swift, you have to recognize and respect the fact that she is a machine, okay? She is an absolute machine. She will do everything to protect her image. In other words, Blake and Ryan will wind up fighting a real dragon, okay? A real dragon that has an army of teenagers.
Sources even spilled to TMZ that Taylor's been annoyed with Blake for inappropriately leveraging her name, like telling some young actress that Taylor cast her in something. What? Is Blake out here making stuff up for clout? No wonder Taylor's like, wait, hold up, what did you say?
She feels used, she feels abused.
So now, Blake's squad is thinning out fast, and even her closest allies are giving her the side eye. Looks like that lawsuit isn't the only thing crumbling. Her Hollywood friendships are too.
We have nothing to do with this. We're not friends with her anymore. We don't even like her. We don't even know her. We can't believe she said this.
As if this can't get juicier enough, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds just pulled the biggest ghost move of the year, skipping the Met Gala. And let's be honest, Blake ditching fashion's biggest night is like Rihanna saying she's done with Fenty. It just doesn't happen. So why did Hollywood's golden couple suddenly go poof? Well, let's just say their other mess, aka Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, is heating up, and they're doing everything they can to dodge the spotlight.
They just have agreed on that without knowing that this fight was coming, when everything was all good in the hood.
Blake, who's basically the Met Gala's main character, has delivered some of the most jaw-dropping looks in history. Remember when she transformed on the red carpet like a real-life Disney princess? Yet this year, she's missing. And Ryan, the red carpet's favorite wisecracking husband, also gone. Coincidence? Absolutely not.
She likes to girl squad, get photographed by paparazzi, and I would just imagine she needed something to play with, and it ended up being what she decided to play with.
And before their PR team rushes in with excuses like, they're just busy with family. Please, these two have never been too busy for the Met. If anything, they thrive on the attention. So, what could possibly be so bad that they'd rather ghost the biggest fashion event of the year?
They're lying to the public, and again, this is because Tree is trying to protect her client. The right thing to do, by the way. That is the job of a PR person, which is try to signal to the public that she wants nothing to do with it so that she doesn't have to get pulled into this.
Blake and Ryan are scrambling to get the case thrown out. It's giving, we know we're going to lose, so let's not even try energy. And now, their Met Gala no-show is just making the lawsuit 10 times juicier. If they thought hiding would make the drama disappear, newsflash, Hollywood is watching, and so are we.
It's really interesting when you consider really the thrust of this lawsuit, and you can only imagine the things that she's allowed to say. If Justin had ever said that, if he was like, I don't take no for an answer, or can somebody show me what it looks like in a dictionary?
Judging by the evidence that's come to light, Blake is desperate to escape this lawsuit before her name gets dragged any deeper through the mud. And honestly, can you blame her? She's already taking some serious heat, especially after that wild claim about having a secret plan to take over any movie she's cast in. One commentator even straight up called her a serial fraudster.
He's defending his wife. He's emotionally charged. It is what it is. They're under attack. They are, because they're in the wrong.
But wait, it gets worse. Rumor has it Blake wasn't entirely truthful about a certain lift scene being in one of her films. Yeah, apparently it's a blink and you'll miss it kind of lie, but still, credibility, people. And in a sexual harassment case, credibility is everything.
What are you accusing him of? Providing the context that lets us know that she's lying?
And if things weren't bad enough, Ryan Reynolds has been out here joking about the lawsuit like it's just another punchline in one of his rom-coms. Dude, this isn't Deadpool. To top it off, Blake's own lawyer is bringing up these supposed profound mental issues she may or may not have, which really isn't helping her case. It's starting to feel like she's more out for revenge than in distress, and that's a huge red flag.
And this man, Ryan, man, you look awful.
At this point, the whole thing's turning into a circus, and honestly, if Blake's trying to come off as the victim, she might want to fire her PR team ASAP, because this strategy is looking rough.
That is truly just unwise. It's the nicest way I can say it. Like, whoever put this together is not a very intelligent lawyer.
But let's not forget the fans, because the internet always has something to say. While Blake and Ryan are busy trying to dodge the spotlight, social media is not letting them off the hook. In fact, the backlash is real, and it's heating up faster than one of Ryan's action scenes. Fans have been flooding comment sections, and it seems like the tide is turning against the couple, with people dragging Blake for allegedly manipulating the situation to fit her narrative.
It made the public understand that your clients are playing a very nasty game.
One user even commented, "This will become the undoing of Blake and Ryan." The fact that Blake's friends are dropping her like a rock, and Taylor has went on the "these are the facts" statements shows that people are distancing themselves from Blake, and ultimately that will affect Ryan. Blake's past behavior on other productions will come into play, as well as her statements. When the dust settles, if this goes to court, Blake and Ryan are the ones that will take the hit. The best thing for Blake and Ryan are to settle out of court, but Justin may not offer that olive branch to deal. And honestly, the shade is just getting started.
This is a nasty game of PR, and they plucked and choose what they wanted to create their own narrative.
Another user said, "I can see why she wants out. She knows that she's going to lose, but she's the one who got this whole thing going. So she now knows that the evidence is showing it's not him, it's her."
Now, they also go on to say that they want to be dropped from this lawsuit because there's no evidence of extortion. They say that there is no evidence of defamation.
It's clear that people aren't buying into Blake's victim narrative, and the more Ryan cracks his usual jokes, the more fans are side-eyeing the whole situation. The public isn't exactly rallying behind them, and if there's one thing we know about Hollywood, it's that public perception can make or break you. And right now, it's not looking too good for Blake and Ryan. So, whether you're Team Blake and Ryan or rooting for Justin to get his day in court, one thing's for sure. This lawsuit is serving more hot takes than a celebrity roast. Stick around as we continue to follow every twist and turn of this scandalous saga. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Hollywood drama.